Paul, writing in 1 Timothy and 2 Timothy, he pens so much of wisdom in those two letters. Wisdom that contains advice, contains counsel. He's almost mentoring his protege, Timothy, there. And in the midst of that treasure trove of wisdom, I want to zero down on a single aspect which is found both in 1 Timothy and 2 Timothy. And I want to read it to you and paraphrase it actually to you. It's found in 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 14 and 15. And this is what Paul says to Timothy. And he says, do not neglect the gift which is within you. Practice them and immerse yourself in them so that it is evident to all. And in 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 6 and 7, Paul again says something similar. He says, I want to remind you of the gift. Fan it into flame. And I'm so amazed with these two verses. And I think this advice that Paul gives Timothy is so relevant for you and me in today's time and age. I pick up a truth there and I pick up three principles. The truth is this, that God has given each of us undeniably a gift that is there within us. The point is, we may not be exercising it and therefore it's not evident. But the reality is, there is a gift that is deposited within each of us. It's so important for us to identify that gift, to recognize that gift, and to acknowledge that gift. You see, you and me are so unique, and so is everybody else. There is no two of you. You've heard that said so often on planet Earth. We are so unique, we are so different, and God meant it that way. And so it is with the gift, right? The gift that God has deposited in you and in me is very unique, right? It could be a spiritual gift. It could be a gift of potential. And the variety of the gift is so amazing. It could be a gift of architecture or art. It could be a gift of writing algorithms. It could be a gift of writing codes. It could be a gift of evangelizing, encouraging. It could be a gift of dancing and dialogue and debate. The list is endless. The point is, you need to identify that gift. And you need to, recognize and acknowledge the gift. The second principle that Paul writes is, he says, having identified, and this is what I'm paraphrasing, having identified, it's important for you to practice those gifts. It's important for you to immerse yourself on those gifts. You see, the gifts that are given to us are not meant to be dormant. Now, God deposits the gift. Now, whether it's dormant or not is a choice that you and me make. And Paul gives a clue of how do you activate those gifts. He says, practice those gifts and immerse yourself in those gifts. Very often what we do is we very sporadically use those gifts. And because we sporadically use those gifts, we may practice it for some time. And when we see no results happening, guess what? We give up, we quit. Or we are distracted by other people's gifts. Or we are distracted by the comments of others or the criticism of others, that we don't use that gift. But Paul's advice is practice those gifts. Immerse yourself in those gifts. And I love the word immerse there. What does immerse mean? For me, the word immerse there means engage with your gifts with intensity. Intensity of effort and time and perseverance, all of it rolled into one. Perseverance, time, effort rolled into one is what immersing is. And as you immerse yourself with the gift, as you practice that gift, your progress will be made evident and everybody will notice it. So that's the second principle. The third principle actually is found in 2 Timothy chapter 1, verses 6 and 7, if I'm not mistaken. There he says, and he uses beautiful language there again. He says, fan into flame the gift that's there within you. Fan into flame. Right? And when I hear the word fan into flame, I'm reminded of a bonfire at one of those camps. Right? The bonfire starts very well. Right? The flames are high. And as the flames are high, everybody warms themselves around that bonfire. But very soon what happens, the flame begins to reduce, diminish, and become embers. Okay? It's not serving its purpose. And then people come along and begin to fan those embers. And as they fan at those embers, it jumps back into flame. And Paul says, that's exactly what I want you to do. I want you to fan into flame those gifts which probably are like embers. And as you fan out distraction, fan out frustration, fan out the criticism, fan out the fear. And as you fan out and as you fan those embers of the gift that are there within you, those flames will leap up. You see, when those flames leap up, it serves its purpose of providing warmth and light. And similarly, when our gift, the flames of our gift, light up, it serves its purpose. And very often, when you actively engage with your gift, it leads you to your God-ordained purpose, your God-ordained purpose. So no matter where you are, what stage you are, what obstacles you're facing, Paul's advice to Timothy is your advice today. It's my advice today. Don't neglect that gift that is there within you. Practice it. Immerse yourself in it. And then the next thing that he says, I want to remind you of that gift and fan into flame. And maybe you're saying, hey Rajiv, I know the gift, but I don't know whether I can do it. And I love how Paul continues this in 2 Timothy when he says fan into flame. Then he says something very specific. He says, for God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and sound mind. Maybe you're sitting back and saying, I'm not fanning into flame the gifts because I don't know, I may fail. And I think this is what you need to hear. For God has not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and sound mind. So get up and start fanning into flame that gift. Get up, start practicing your gift. Get up and immerse yourself in that gift. And as you engage with your purpose, right, your gifts will be a blessing to you and to everyone around you. Thank you for watching Word in Brief. This is Rajiv. Do subscribe, like my YouTube videos. There's a lot of content on leadership, a lot of content from wisdom from the Word, and I'm sure you'll benefit with this. So God bless you.